everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my sewing room. I have not done a haul video in quite some time, and part of that is because I just really haven't been like thrifting or kind of shopping at all. And so I just wanted to do a little haul video with you because I went thrifting recently and I got some really cool stuff. So the first part is that I actually went to Thriftapalooza, which is an event that happens I think just once a year down at the Washington State Fairgrounds in Puyallup. And basically they take the main expo hall of the fairgrounds and people can sign up for a booth and sell stuff. Like, it's all like secondhand type stuff. So I went for the first time and it was honestly pretty fun. I found a few good things and I would like to share those things with you, as well as some stuff that I found at Value Village. So starting with Thriftapalooza, one of the things I found was this beautiful fashion plate, which of course is going to totally reflect on the screen here. So I'm going to try and tilt it forward because it is framed. This was $12 framed and everything, which is a really great price. It is from El Mundo Elegante, which is a fashion magazine that I have not heard of before, and I love that it is specifically dated. It is from 14 Marzo 1870, which I know is a combination of two different languages, but yeah, it's from March 14th 1870, and I believe from that language that this is Italian. Hopefully I'm not wrong on that, but it's just a gorgeous plate. I love early 1870s fashion and it's in a nice frame and everything. So for $12, I was definitely not mad at that. Speaking of amazingly cheap finds, I found 3 vintage hats at another booth and they were already priced at a pretty good price, but I asked the vendor if there was a discount for, you know, buying multiple, because I was only going to buy maybe 1 or 2. And she basically saw the 3 I was considering and she was like, $10 total. Yeah, so I got 3 vintage hats for $10 total. They are very cool. I believe most of these are 40s, and I keep having to like figure out how exactly they go on, but I believe that this one goes like this. So it's this like tilt here and we get the feather spray in front and the netting. Let me know if I'm wrong on these. I mean, obviously you would have the right hair for something like this. This was the one that I was kind of like maybe least into, but I don't know, it's beautiful. It's got this spray of flowers, it's got this really nice bow at the back. The thing that throws me is whenever they put things in netting, because I always feel like that just makes things look a little bit weird, but I think it's potentially something like that situation. I never know how to wear the hats with netting especially. And then this last one is much simpler. This one, to be honest, I think is 1950s. I love this little like pleated, almost shell-like fabrication up there. And then this one has the netting that is just decoration. It doesn't come over the hat itself, and it's got a little elastic. And I believe this one just maybe either sits up at a tilt or it could sit down depending on the hairstyle, but it feels like one of those ones that sits up. Super cute, and $10 for all 3. Yes, I have to figure out where to put them because my hat boxes are all pretty darn full, but yeah, I'm excited to have those, and I need to figure out how to wear all of my vintage hats. How do I like incorporate them into my wardrobe? I think that would be really cool. I have also been meaning to do like a vintage hat tour for you guys, so let me know if that's a video that you would like to see, and I can go ahead and film that video and release that video sometime in the future, because I have a lot of vintage hats. And then probably the piece that I was most excited for from Thriftapalooza was this skirt. Oh my god, isn't it cute? It is actually a Loungefly skirt. That is the front, and then here's the back, which is much the same, except that it also says make it blue and make it pink on there, which is so cute. So yeah, this is a Loungefly skirt. It is a little bit large for me, so I do have to take it in just a skosh. And then it's also a little bit shorter than I normally wear skirts. Yeah, I know it looks like it's probably a good length for most of you all, but I tend to wear like mid-calf length skirts. So part of this video is that I am going to just upcycle this. I'm gonna make the waistband just a little bit smaller, and I went and I got this pink eyelet trim. This came from Amazon. It was the only pink eyelet trim that they had, but I was thinking of like ways to, you know, maybe add a ruffle or something like that. And I didn't have any fabric in my stash that would work well for these colors, but I thought the eyelet trim would look really, really cute with it. So that's going to go down at the bottom. I'm going to gather some of this up and put it around the bottom of the skirt. And I think this was like $25, so that's not bad. And then I paid a little extra for this, but I've got a ton of this now, so I'll just have that in my stash. So yeah, it's such a cute skirt. I'm planning to go to Disneyland at the very end of the summer, so I will probably be wearing this skirt there. So we'll come back around to fixing that up towards the end of this video, but I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you from just the regular thrift store as well. First off, thrift stores can be a really, really great place to find fabric. Normally when I get fabric from the thrift store, it's actually in the form of like sheets or curtains or something like that. In this case, I found actual yardage. I measured it out and I've already forgotten what it was, but I think it's about 3+ yards. And it is this fabric right here. It is decently wide as well. And it is either cotton or a cotton blend. It does not say in the selvage, and unfortunately I couldn't reverse Google search this, but it is VAT colored screen print Kingsbridge is the pattern. And I thought that this would make a really lovely dress, maybe like either a jumper dress or a skirt. I don't think there's enough for a full dress, but it's a really nice weight to it. I think it's meant as an upholstery fabric, but it's not too heavy, and I definitely think that this will make a really, really cute outfit for me. And then speaking of outfits, this one I was kind of flabbergasted to find, to be honest, and I was almost tempted to leave it behind. I'm glad I didn't. And that is this dress right here. This is actually a JessaKae dress. I've been wanting to try JessaKae for a really long time, like basically since I heard about them and saw how cute their designs were, but frankly their dresses are really expensive, and so I just haven't tried their stuff before. I think they start upwards of like $100, $150, and then they go up from there, and I can't spend my money on something like that unless that I know it's going to be absolute perfection. And frankly, I would not have wanted to spend $100+ for this dress, but spending $12.99, yes, thank you. It is probably about one size too small for me. I will insert a little clip of me wearing it here, but yeah, it is probably about one size too small, but it's a wrap dress, so like that doesn't really matter. It just means that I have a little bit more camisole showing in the center front, and at the little like provided hook and they don't line up. So I'm gonna take those off, but I've already worn this for a callback and I see myself wearing this a lot. It is polyester, which is unfortunate, and one of the reasons why I would not pay, you know, $100+ for it, frankly. But it is a very cute dress. I got so many compliments the one time that I've worn it so far, and heck, I was getting compliments from people in the thrift store while I was considering it, like just trying it on in front of the mirror. And yeah, hopefully I'll find some others at some point too, but it was very excited to find this one. As soon as I saw the label, I was like, whoa, at the thrift store, really? So that was really exciting. Well, it has been about a month since that first clip that you guys saw, and I now have a few more fun thrifted things to share with you. But more importantly, I was sent a really wonderfully thoughtful and just fantastic gift from one of you, from Roxy. Roxy sent me this beautiful American Girl catalog. This one is from 1994, and something that like thrilled me about this one that I thought was really, really cool was this was probably one of the last catalogs that they put out before they added the Girl of Today line. And what fascinated me in particular was that there were fashion items that were made for girls that existed that like look like they go with the Girl of Today line, and they are in this catalog before the Girl of Today line even exists. And that's these ones right here. I thought that that was so cute that they actually had those, and it was like probably a whole big surprise when a year later or within the next year that then came out as the meet outfit for the first American Girls. But I have been loving looking through this catalog. I love American Girl catalogs. I have a handful of others, but I don't have any from 1994. So it was really cool to see. I mean, oh, gosh, these things just bring me back. I don't think I was getting any in 1994 yet. I probably started getting them around 1995, but it's so fun to see, such a blast from the past. So Roxy, thank you so, so much for this catalog. It is absolutely a joy to pour through. And then, as I mentioned, I have also been doing more thrifting. So mostly this is all fabric stuff to use for future projects. And all of this is from Value Village. So first up, I got this really, really pretty floral cotton. It is probably like a 1990s print is my guess. But I think that this is just going to make a really pretty dress. I think I've got enough for like a full dress. Like it doesn't even have to be a jumper dress because this is still folded in half. It's still twice the length of this, and so yeah, that should be close to 4 yards, I think, at least, if not more so. So that's gonna be really, really nice, and it's just a beautiful cotton. I think it may even be like a cotton sateen. It has a very nice smoothness to it, so that's gonna be really great. And then from the same trip, I also got this. I believe this feels like a cotton poly voile. It's possible this is 100% cotton, but it is a lot of it. Like there's so much, and frankly, it feels very much like the purple fabric that I used for my chemise à Lorraine last year, but of course in red. And this time I don't think we have any annoying seams to deal with to take out. This one was $8, by the way, whereas the floral was $4.50. Again, I don't even know how many yards this is, but it's a lot of yardage. Like, I don't know, there's minimum 6-7 yards I think in this, so this is going to be really, really great to play with. Haven't decided what this is going to be yet, but this is a really good one for my stash. And then from that same trip, it has gotten a little wrinkled because it's been shoved in a bag, but that's okay because I'm not actually using the full garment. I don't know what the name of this garment is called, so I do apologize, but it is a beautiful Indian garment, but it's got a bunch of stains and stuff on it, and so it's not usable as a garment itself. However, it has the most glorious trim here on the bottom, and so I do actually already have a plan for this. I am going to cut up this trim into the pieces that will go into a really beautiful stomacher. There is enough of this, I think, to make a stomacher, like 3 tiers of this trim for a stomacher, and then all of these other beautiful little beaded areas I can use as applique for the same project. So this is just going to be gorgeous. I mean, the details on this are just absolutely exquisite and sparkling, and so I'm very, very excited to incorporate this. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be making that project, but I mean, gosh, look at that. Stunning. Just absolutely stunning. I couldn't pass it up. I believe I did pay the full tag price for this, which was $10, but frankly, I think that will be a $10 well spent. And then speaking of sparkly things, from a thrift trip that I actually took just today, I got this crazy 1980s top. This has got Blanche Devereaux written all over it. The beading on this is pretty incredible. Look at that. We've got some thick shoulder pads. It fits wonderfully. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to use this as something. I'm probably going to remove the shoulder pads, to be honest. But I am definitely going to be utilizing this somehow. It's just stunning. I couldn't leave it behind. I did have a good coupon for this too, so I think I paid about $7 for this total. And yeah, this is going to be just, it's a really lovely piece of 1980s vintage history. So I'm excited to use that somehow. I did also get a top on today's thrift trip. It is very much my style. In fact, I have almost the identical top in a long sleeve, but now I'll have it in a short sleeve. It just got a cute little like Swiss dot sleeve t-shirt body. I do need to toss it in the wash. Obviously, I need to toss all of these, almost all of these in the wash. I'm not going to wash the 2 beaded items, but everything else will get tossed in the laundry. And then finally, the last thing that I got on today's trip, it's actually a bunch of different pieces, but it is this, which was made into valances and curtains, and it's Winnie the Pooh, and this is like so 90s. Like, it was just such a wonderful blast from the past again, and I'm gonna take all of these pieces apart because they're all sewn up. This actually was, I thought this was homemade, but it was in fact machine made because there is a tag right here. And it's 50% cotton, 50% polyester, but it is so cute. So I'm gonna figure out what to make with it. I don't know yet what to do, but it was so cute and I couldn't leave it behind. So that was the last thing from my thrifting trip today, but I also actually went to an antique store today. I didn't get very much. I did get one thing for the yard, which isn't really probably that antique-y. It's a really, really cute squirrel. So I don't have him to show you right now, but I did find 2 Barbie dresses. The Barbie itself is not from the antique store. Actually, I thrifted her not that long ago either, along with the lounge singer one. And these are both repro Barbies. So this is from the 90s and same with my other one is from the 90s. But today at the antique store, I got these 2 outfits. So this is the suburban shopper outfit, and then this one is called Fancy Free, and I got them both for $15, which seems like I went on eBay afterwards and looked up the prices, and that seems like I still got a pretty good deal on that. Not like a screaming deal, but pretty good deal. And they both needed a tiny mend, which I was able to do really quickly at home. So I'm excited because she didn't have her outfit when I got her at the thrift store. So I know this isn't the right outfit. She's supposed to be the one in the beautiful like pink dress with the fur stole, but she looks really cute in the original dress too, and I'll change her out sometimes to fit into this one also. But yeah, I'm just really, really excited to have this. This is one of my favorite Barbie dresses from like all of history, and while I don't collect like the original 60s vintage Barbies, I really just collect Barbies from like my childhood. I think the original Barbies are really cool to look at, and I love the fashions from the original Barbies. So like this to me, I'm all about this because just having the dress, I can then take the 90s version of, you know, the repro Barbie and put it on her, and she just looks perfect. So that was very exciting. Editing Rebecca here, I realized that I forgot to share one other thing with you because I've actually been using it for so long that I feel like it hardly counts as a summer haul, but I didn't do a spring haul. And that is actually this backpack right here. My friend Melinda gave this to me for my birthday, and it is so freaking gorgeous. It came from Etsy, and I could not even begin to tell you how many compliments I have gotten on this bag. Literally every time I go somewhere, because this has turned into my normal everyday purse now, every time I go somewhere I get multiple compliments each time. This ribbon work embroidery is like the most stunning. Like absolutely just drop dead gorgeous. I seriously love this, and it's got good pockets and stuff too. It's a canvas backpack, and the inside just has kind of like 2 open pockets here, like I keep, you know, gum and mints and stuff like that, and then it's got a zipper pocket on this side and a zipper pocket in the back, and it's really nice and big. Like it's so much bigger than Loungefly backpacks, for example. So yeah, it's been really sturdy so far. I do worry a bit like how I'm gonna clean it because there has gotten a little bit of dirt on it, but I've been trying to baby it a little bit, and it's been holding up really well, and it is just gorgeous. Like I'm probably gonna buy some other stuff from the Etsy shop as well. My mom actually just bought a bag from them too. I will leave the link to it down below in case any of you guys are interested, but it is just so beautiful. The detail, really, really amazing, and honestly fairly reasonable for the amount of work that went in there. I think right now they're like $90 for the backpacks. Yeah, they are beautiful. So if you're interested, that link is down below. So that was everything as far as hauls go. So I'm going to go ahead and now fix up the skirt, which I don't know if you can see, but I think she's just out of frame over here. I'm going to go ahead and take my eyelet lace and put that on the skirt and see what else might need to happen to my Sleeping Beauty skirt. And we are going to fix that up and make that wearable for my upcoming Disney trip. So I was trying to decide if I want to apply this trim flat or if I wanted to gather it up at all. And I think it is going to look pretty just slightly gathered, like not a super ruffle, but at least a little bit gathered. So I'm going to go in with a 2-to-1 ratio for this gather and measure the hem of my skirt, multiply by 2, and I'm not going to cut off the excess length yet, but I'm going to mark that and do like my quartering, or honestly probably eighthsing, like divide it into 8 pieces from there, and divide the skirt into 8 pieces as well, so that I have little notches to match up. I'm also I'm going to press this because it has turned into a wrinkled mess, and I'm also going to serge off the top of this. I'm going to do that kind of just above where all of the leaf patterns stop on here. I hope you can see this pink on pink, but that way the leaves can basically be where the skirt is attached to. I don't know yet if I'm going to have to do this by hand because you can't actually see any stitch lines on the outside of the hem of the skirt right now. I think it was done with a blind hem, and I am not great at doing a blind hem, and I don't know if I could even apply trim with a blind hem, so I may have to hand sew this on, which is fine because my mom is visiting right now and sewing in front of the TV is like an exactly perfect thing to do. But in any case, I am going to cut off the excess and press this and serge the top and gather it up. So somewhere along the line, either I did my math wrong when I was ordering this trim, or when I ordered it I was thinking I was going to do flat trim and not gathered trim. I just realized I actually don't have enough to do a 2-to-1 ratio ruffle, so it's going to be slightly less than that. Basically, if I had a 2-to-1 ratio ruffle, I would need 210 inches of the flat lace to gather up into the ruffle. I have 178.5 inches. So like, it's not awful. There will still be a ruffle. It will not be flat, but it will definitely not be as ruffled as kind of what I had hoped for, what I had intended a few minutes ago when I was speaking to you. So I'm just doing my marks right now, my hashtags to line up with the trim and the skirt, and I've already serged the top of the trim as you can see here, and I've shortened it, and I've actually already sewn it end to end as well. So I am going to finish my marks, run my gathering stitches, and then I think I am going to probably hand sew this to the skirt, even though the skirt does have a 105-inch hem, which is kind of a lot. So here is the finished skirt. I think it looks super cute and it pairs perfectly with my older Disney World t-shirt because it brings out the light pink down here at the bottom. I am very, very excited to wear this to Disneyland. I think this is a perfect outfit and pretty darn good, like, upcycling. I don't know if I can quite call it a thrift upcycling, but it was a Thriftapalooza upcycling. So yeah, very happy with how this turned out. So that was everything in this summer haul. I'm sure I will be doing another haul for you guys come the fall or the autumn, but I have enjoyed sharing all of these with you. Let me know if there was something that you particularly liked in this video, but I like doing these silly videos. They're just, you know, nice things to share what kind of my favorite new acquisitions are with you guys, and stuff like the backpack or finding like those vintage Barbie dresses was just really cool, and so much good thrifted fabric. I'm just really excited for all of it, honestly. So that is going to be it for me for this video. If you like this video, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon. And if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. I do post videos here on YouTube at least once a week, usually with sewing vlogs out on Tuesdays, but sometimes with additional costuming or sewing related content out on Saturdays. But I post every day over on my Instagram, so please go follow me on Instagram. That's at Lady Rebecca Fashions. And if you'd like to help support all of the work that I do on this channel, I do have a link to my Patreon and my Ko-fi down in the description below, or you can send me a super thanks or join my YouTube channel memberships right here on YouTube below the video. I'd also like to give a special shout out to my Edwardian level patrons, Jean and Kim. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Happy sewing!